Hello everyone and welcome to Daria Draws. As you might have guessed by the title, today we are talking about World Art Dubai and my experience during the event. So I'm getting a bit of a cold and do not mind my voice if I sound a little off. Probably not the best time for storytelling, but I wanted to record this video as fast as I could so that, you know, my memory is still fresh and so are my emotions. And I hope this will help somebody or help me in the future. So it all started about a month before the event. I decided to participate. I thought I had more time, but the event, at least this year, was from 9th to 12th of March. And I was really excited, to be honest. I knew I didn't have enough paintings and that would mean I had to work extra hard this month before the exhibition so that I could be very, you know, calm and relaxed and actually not be ashamed of my work. So a few days after we actually paid the participants' fee, I dislocated my shoulder. And for those of you who have never had this kind of injury, it meant that I needed to rest for 4 to 5 weeks, try not to move the right arm at all. I'm right-handed, so it's my dominant hand, and it meant that I couldn't really paint. But I didn't have a choice. I had to. Through the pain and through the tears, those paintings were done. And yeah, and I did honestly all I could. I gave it my all, and I hope you enjoyed the rest of the video. I made sure all the paintings had all the needed signatures at the back, in the front. I designed my own business cards and printed them out, as well as the catalogs. The day before the event, we had the building day, so that was the day when all the artists and like exhibitors in general were to set up their stands. I had agreed with one of the contacts that the organizers have given us that they would hang the paintings according to my layout, because I don't trust myself with any kinds of tools, nails, all that. No, like I will end up hurting myself and everybody around me. And so I always make sure that I have somebody who's good with those things when I'm displaying my artwork. But this time, all the people that could possibly do it from my family were at work, and I didn't feel like bothering them afterwards because we would have stayed up late, and then the next day was the actual exhibition day, so I needed to show up extra early to make sure everything is set. And yeah, it was just kind of easier to hire people to do that for me. And when the day came and the time that we agreed upon came, they did not show up, they did not pick up their phones, they didn't answer my texts, and for half an hour there I was just waiting for them. I was dragging all of my paintings across the hall, and the hall is not small. Like, my mom ended up like going and parking my car somewhere because there was a bit of trouble with parking because of so many cars, and there were also other events happening in that place. And so it was just so chaotic, and so like it was just draining us. We realized at the end that we were just like, the life was sucked out of us. So yeah, after like a half an hour to 45 minutes of me trying to reach the people that were supposed to hang the paintings, I just found another contact from the list, and thankfully they were on site. They came like 10 minutes after I called them. They did the job. They were super nice. They asked me questions. They made sure everything was done right, and they did everything in an hour, which is very impressive. I would have stayed there for like 8 hours by myself doing it. And I didn't even have any materials with me because I was expecting, you know, the specialized people to do that. So yeah, anyways, it was a happy ending for sure. And by about 3 p.m. we were done, but we were so tired, and the rest of the day was just us laying down. And it was 8th of March too, which was International Women's Day, and it's very much celebrated in Russia, but we didn't even do anything. Yeah, I was just trying to get mentally ready for the next day. So we finally reached the first day of the exhibition, which was Thursday, May the 9th. It was a very long day. We, as exhibitors, had to stay there for 12 hours, which was exhausting. And to be honest, quite useless. I mean, in the morning, the exhibition opened at 11. I came there earlier to set up the table, to make sure everything looked nice, to kind of walk around, you know, get to know where the bathroom is, just to get familiar with the space a little bit, like a cat. And yeah, so at 11 there were some scoop trips. There were some kids. Hopefully I inspired some of them. We had really nice chats, but that's about it. And then some people came and went, and it wasn't too crowded, which was, I guess, a good thing for a first day, just to kind of get into that rhythm of talking to people and making small talk, which is very difficult for me. Like, it doesn't come very naturally as I sit in my workshop most of the time and I'm alone with my cat, but that's kind of my comfort zone. So yeah, it was fine. And then we had a little, well, not a little, like a huge break actually of 2 hours, where the public was not allowed to go in anymore, but nothing was really happening between 5 and 7 p.m. and everybody was just having coffee and that's it for 2 hours. That was a bit much. And then from 7 to, was it 9 or? No, it was actually 10. So for 3 hours, we were supposed to have a VIP night where collectors and buyers and, you know, maybe some interior designers were supposed to come in, and we were supposed to sell like most of our work to them. They were the target audience. But as I understood, we as exhibitors were supposed to invite those people, which doesn't make any sense. Like, if I have a good client base and I have buyers and collectors that know me, why would I go to the event to sell it to them? Like, I can just go straight to them, and then why would I share that contact with my potential rivals? So that didn't make much sense to me. And as I understood, most of the people just invited people that they knew, like, I don't know, maybe they're friends, maybe some of them were collectors, but they just didn't reach like my stand or the stands around me, because I remember that night nobody sold anything, at least from what I know. Maybe someone did, lucky them. So yeah, it was quite weird, and we were all just exhausted and kind of frustrated. And that was the first day. And then came Friday, a second day. As you probably would expect, Fridays should be a bit more livelier, you know, people come in after work, but that wasn't the case. It was just as boring as it was the previous day. And we were all being very, very frustrated because people would just come up, take a picture of your artwork, and then be on their way, which is so frustrating because like I would come up to people if I saw them kind of, you know, staying around my stand, or if they wanted to take a picture, I would come up to them, I would introduce myself, I would offer them a little more information on the paintings. Like it wasn't even out of buy my stuff kind of attitude, it was just, you know, I'm just offering a chat about my artworks that you clearly liked. If you're taking a picture of them, I suppose you like them. Like here, take my, I don't know, business card. It has like that little painting on it. Why not? As a souvenir. But yeah, some of the people, maybe they didn't speak English that much. Maybe they just were rude. They would just come up, take a picture and leave without even saying hi back to you. And yeah, that was a bit tiring. And yeah, some people would actually give advice that was very unwanted and they would be very blunt about it. And I was like, yeah, okay, thank you. Your feedback's very important for us. So yeah, that was Friday. So it's the third day, Saturday. Did something change? Not at all. It was it was so like people around me as well, like next to my stands, you know, we were getting depressed. You could see it in the eyes. Nobody was really selling anything. People continued taking pictures. I don't know why people are, I don't know, they either don't want to take a picture with you as an artist and like, this is your artwork and I'm here with this person, or they just don't care at all. But in that case, why do you even come and look at my stand and take pictures of my stand if you don't want a picture with me? That's weird. I mean, if you're a person like that and you're just shy to ask for a photo with the artist, don't be. It's actually quite flattering and it's much better than just coming up and like closely with your phone and taking a picture of the artwork and then just walking away and not even tagging the artist on Instagram. That's very rude. I just want to put it out there so that it's not like an etiquette, but you know, there are some unspoken rules, I suppose, in that area as well. But yeah, just like Friday, 8 hours into nothing, I continued making sketches. I continued talking to my colleagues, which were super supportive, by the way. Like, I have to say that the atmosphere between the artists was on point. We were all supporting each other. We were all like communicating, and that was really important. That was really nice. I'm glad I had my family with me, so there was at least like one person with me at almost all times. So that made it easier for me to like take a break, just, I don't know, go eat at least, because I can't be hungry. I have migraines. That's one of my triggers. I'm sorry. The girl's gonna eat. But yeah, Saturday was just very meh. So then came the Sunday, our last day of the exhibition, and everybody was just so kind of down and nobody was expecting anything anymore. There was no magic in the air. But then started, like people started coming in, which was interesting to me. Like, why did people choose Sunday to come in? Like, it's the last day of the exhibition. And I would have come in on Saturday, to be honest, if I was a visitor. You have less people and you can just be a little more free to walk around the stands, and like the space is not as crowded. So yeah, anyways, weird choice, but okay. Most of the people that were kind of connected to me, like our friends and stuff, came in on a Sunday, which was nice because that was the day I started with a very negative attitude because I was so sick of the past 3 days. I was so frustrated. I'm like, yeah, I'm never selling anything here. I'm never coming back. Like, I was just so angry. I wasn't even angry, I was just so tired of everything. But Saturday was a little different, and that was definitely it was just very encouraging, I guess. I took in some extra works from home. I had some very like this sized mini paintings that were done in alla prima, which is like a technique that's done in one sitting. But I'd never really thought of selling them because I didn't think that anybody needed them. But they were the works that actually went. I actually sold something. That was incredible. Like, although it was also very ironic because, you know, all the hard work that I put in for the last month, for the past month, and all those big paintings I've done and all the little details that went into that, like, it just didn't matter. Yeah, people were admiring, they were complimenting, but compliments don't pay the bills. That's very sad, but it's very true. And the little paintings actually were the ones that were sold. But I'm really happy, so that means, you know, the issue is not my art, it's maybe about the size and of course the price, because you can't sell a big painting for barely anything. Like, you will just not cover the cost of actually making it. So yeah, the little ones were a hit, and I'm glad, you know, at least that encouraged me and kind of gave me the right direction in which I will be going maybe next year. This is just my experience with the exhibition. If you have had a better one or you were just a visitor at the art fair, please leave a comment and let's talk about it a little more. As for me, I definitely took some notes and things I need to work on. Next year, if I'm going to participate, I definitely learned a lot from my mistakes, and thank you so much for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.